Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
First and 10.
So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
He was taken down.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Goff. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
You look at this Baltimore defense.
They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Travis Jones. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? And we just saw their first one of this game.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
Watch the twist.
Throwing is Jackson.
Drops this underneath. It's Mitchell.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 14
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Let's go. Hawk, 19 tight. 19 tight.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's taken down inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. But they also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
At the Patriots' 28-yard line.
Cougar 19.
throwing here. Rush. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Caleb Chason, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Luke on for the Ravens field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good.
So that, Charles, a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love how you put that together because, you know, that's where everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right, since he's a rookie. Well done by you, but I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense.
And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now it's Goff off the bootleg.
He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. A big play there for New England. 41 yards on the ground.
Patriots, first down.
A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus. Not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
He was careful, got a big run out of it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
From the 21, here's 2nd and a couple.
At the Ravens' 21-yard line.
On the counter, it's Stevenson.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
New England.
We go tonight. 180.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Value 3.
After the run, Goff going to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
A gain of a yard.
Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
This one left side caught by Gibson.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of
Yard
bounds.
gain. That's another Patriots first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Stevenson trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Only a yard that time. Second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Second and goal from the 1.
Stevenson again. And this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line.
They lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now Goff on third and goal.
And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Ravens offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And the numbers will show he's been one of the most productive QBs in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yardage.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. His 25th touchdown, tying him and Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Makes the score.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is now 10-3.
Tyler Loop to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Patriot offense back out, getting set to go.
Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
The tight end Henry here in motion. They'll fake the give. Now Goff.
And open downfield is Diggs. He's got it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time.
Patriots first down. 1st and 10.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up second.
To throw is gone. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He finds Douglas complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
A gain of 9.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Ravens
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And with a little under a minute to go, it's still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Onward. 180. 180.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. 180. What is it?
Here's Jackson. Looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Sit hot, not. Sit hot. 180. What is it on? Sit hot.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. He's to the 15. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
61 yards. That's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
180. Sit hot. Sit hot.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Luke now for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Makes the score Ravens
A 4-play
17.
drive spanning 80
Patriots
yards.
3.
And it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Tyler Loop to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. Couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
And 10 at the 21-yard line.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
Here we go. Black 20.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thank you. The rain, if anything, maybe intensified while you were covering the halftime report. We'll see how these two coaching staffs want to approach this second half to come.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A first down carry for Henry. Oh, he shifts past him. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
It's a gain of 27
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking some...
Under pressure, and he will go down. Safe back at the 38. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
At the Patriots' 38-yard line.
Jackson. Walker with a grab, left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
On his loop for the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Makes the score, Ravens 24.
So that drive,
Patriots
4
3.
plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Tyler Loop to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Shreds him with a stiff arm.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Looking to put a drive together.
It's Stevenson with a run to begin the drive. Across midfield. He's on his way.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Ramondre Stevenson with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Pats are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point.
And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24 to 10.
Ravens 24.
I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Ravens offense and receiver Zay Flowers set to take over once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. He's to the 15.
And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
57
Oh,
yards.
big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Get out! 180! Ready, shot! Sit up!
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 4 yards out.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
That's caught. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
New England's offense set to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Complete. It's Henry. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Gone. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Ready, ready! Dragon 6, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Hut, hut.
Here's Rush to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Caleb Chason picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's 4th down.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of
21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
1st down. 1st and 10.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, When you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down
Tackled
right
on the play by
line of
Cameron
scrimmage.
Thomas.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd and 10.
13. Get out! Ready! Get up! Ready, shot!
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Flowers. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 33.
A gain of
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Andrews. 17 more yards. That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot! Shut up!
They go play action now. Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
11 more yards.
11 more on that one and another first down.
First down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
180! Sit hot! 180! Sit hot!
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Rashad Bateman, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
36.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit,
to kick off for Baltimore.
but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went. Yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurting this one. No, okay.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. Goff now looks to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Goff.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
First down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Stevenson. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 140 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Turbo set. Set.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Tonight. White 20. What's that?
Douglas, the man in motion.
White 20.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here goes tonight. White 20. What's that?
Goff now to throw. Short pass caught by Henry. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35.
13 yards on the play. That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Goff. And Diggs has it.
Goff's pass.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Cut.
On the handoff, Stevenson. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
For a Patriots first down.
White 20.
Gain of 18 on the play. First down, New England.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Stevenson. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
The ball carrier.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A gain of 6
yard,
yards.
all they need, but it's 3rd down.
3rd down.
Again, it's Stevenson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
It's a gain of a yard.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Ravens, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.